Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. The impeachment motion of Rigathi as it was unfolding is one that was followed not only nationally but also internationally. I saw headlines from CNN as they reported how William Ruto was at the brink of impeaching his deputy, the man they campaigned with. And when Rigathi was ousted finally by the Senate, it was reported that Kenyan Parliament impeaches their deputy president while he is in hospital. Now, if there is another thing that was a spice in that impeachment, was the confrontation between lawyer Elisha Angoya and the witness, who was also the mover of the motion, the MP Mutuse. Mutuse said, and in fact, that is when I realized that he's also a lawyer. Elisha Angoya is also a lawyer. And when the cross-examination came about, you know what happens with lawyers. He cornered Mutuse to an extent that Kenyans went to the social media wondering whether he was a lawyer. Being a lawyer is not an easy thing. I'm not one, and I don't want to cast aspersion on someone's hard-earned degree. But Kenyans looked at the moment how he was being cornered, and they were like, what is happening? And that is the nature of cross-examinations. And the debate has continued. Today, Mutula Kilonzo Jr. was saying that this Mutuse should be recalled. It's not ours. But then something caught the attention of many. There was a caricature that was made, or a cartoon. For those who lived during the Moi era, you understand how people like Mado, Gado used to communicate using cartoons. You remember the late Whispers or Wahome Mutahi. I used to enjoy some of the articles that they did. And so this cartoonist, Mado, produced some moment there. He painted a picture using a cartoon, and people followed that, the moment as he captured it in his cartoons. But there is a comment that Willy Mutunga made. For those who are looking for that cartoon, the cartoon is the one that you see there. It was painting a moment how Rigathi was going to the hospital, and it really criticized how Mutuse was there if you read that cartoon. And I don't want to go so much into that cartoon. There is a comment that was made by the former Chief Justice Willy Mutunga. He's one of the very brilliant lawyers that we have. Don't start criticizing the decision that they made together as a Supreme Court bench in 2013. I'm just saying that is one of the very renowned lawyers, respected nationally and internationally. And so there's a comment that he made that has captured headlines because Mutuse, being a lawyer, very many lawyers, aired their views on his performance when he was being cross-examined. And as a non-lawyer, I might be very quick to criticize, but if there is something that came out, is that alilemewa at some point. That is the truth. And maybe it is because the charges were choreographed, or Elisha was just a better lawyer. I don't know. But this is what Willy Mutunga said. He was reacting to the cartoon. And he said, "Do you have a dog in this circus, comrade? I doubt. The Mutuse comment is out. They should recall Mutuse's law degree and Kenya School of Law diploma." I mean, that is serious. Because Willy Mutunga, as a lawyer, I thought it was just a moment. But you see now he's catching his passion in the credentials of the law degree that Mutuse have, because he's saying they should recall Mutuse's law degree and Kenya School of Law diploma. In other words, Willy Mutunga is trying to tell us that he doubts whether he really attended, the sessions and attained the degree and even the diploma, he feels he does not merit because his performance is not one that matches, the kind of a discussion that they have. And maybe to bring you up to speed, I want you to watch this as Elisha Ngoy is telling Mutuse that they should remain lawyers, because the manner in which he was answering questions after affirming that he was a lawyer really became a concern even to the lawyer that was cross-examining him, and he was telling him, let us remain lawyers for a while because you're behaving like a layman.
Associated with Rigathi Gachagua. And there is no problem with listing and saying, I am focusing on this one and I am not focusing on this one.
Page 19, company number 5, the Anansi Collective. What problem do you have with it?
You are skipping Vipingo and Kuroito.
You want to control my cross-examination?
No,
Honorable Mutuse, just respond to what counsel does.
Anansi Collective, we do not have problems with that one.
BioVet Kenya Limited, what problem do you have with it?
Not, we do not have a problem with it.
Calvary Creed International Limited, what problem do you have with it?
We do not have a problem with it.
Cosmia Venture Limited, what problem do you have with it?
We do not have a problem with it. But we have a problem with number
Delta Delia Merchants Limited, what problem do you have with it?
Not at all. But we have a problem with Vipingo Beach.
Let me go to Vipingo Beach because you appear excited to go there. Who owns Vipingo Beach? Just answer my question. Who owns Vipingo Beach?
I need to check my CR12s.
Show us the volume that you're checking for us to look at together. Mr. Speaker, I wouldn't mind a time indication of how much time I've spent.
Vipingo Beach, on volume 2A, page 18.
You spent 40 minutes of the 2 hours, and
Thank you.
there's an additional 10 minutes for when we had a problem with the video.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. Give us the page number kindly.
Page number 18 of 123, volume 2A.
Yes, proceed. Who owns Vipingo Beach?
Keith Ikino Rigathi, Kevin Gachagua Rigathi, and the estate of the deceased James Derito Gachagua.
Let me go back to the beginning. You're a lawyer by profession.
Yes, I am.
You know the meaning of ownership of a company?
Yes, I do.
How is ownership of a company manifested?
In shareholding and...
Okay. How many shares does Keith Ikino Rigathi hold? According to your own exhibit. It may be getting hotter, but look at the document, compose yourself, and read. How many shares does Keith Ikino Rigathi hold according to your own document?
They are not indicated.
How many shares does Kevin Gachagua Rigathi hold according to your own exhibit?
They are not indicated.
What is the total number of shares in that company?
10,000.
Who is indicated as owning all those 10,000 shares?
There is a shareholding by the estate of the deceased James Derito Gachagua.
It is the estate of the deceased James Derito Gachagua. True or not true?
They own 10,000 shares.
What is the total number of shareholding?
10,000.
They own all the shares.
They own 10,000 shares.
What is the total number of shares in that company?
10,000.
So they own all the shares. The estate of the late James Derito Gachagua owns all the shares according to your document.
It would appear so.
Is it so or is it not so? From your own document.
It on the face of the document, it would appear so.
Do you doubt this document you have given us?
No, I don't doubt it.
Thank you. The Deputy President then in defense says, this is a property owned by the estate of my late brother. Is he speaking the truth or not? From your own document. The Deputy President says, this is a company owned by the estate of my late brother. Looking at your own document, is the Deputy President saying the truth or is he not saying the truth? Remember, you are a lawyer all the time.
The estate of The deceased James Derito Gachagua owns 10,000 shares.
Out of how many shares?
I wouldn't vouch for the truthness of the Deputy President's
I'm saying
testimony.
the estate of the late James Derito Gachagua owns 10,000 shares. Out of how many?
10,000.
Mr. Mutuse, you told me you are a lawyer.
Yes.
And let's be lawyers now.
Yes.
When the Deputy President therefore says this company is wholly owned by the estate of my deceased brother, is he speaking the truth or not according to your document?
It's either yes or no. We make progress. We move, Honorable Mutuse.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Like I said, we are, from where I sit, we are only commenting on what we saw based on the questions and answers, based on the evidence that he was given. At some point, he could not, he was, doubting even his own evidence that he brought. He was even, indirectly poking holes into the evidence that he brought. And therefore, if you ask me, he underperformed as a witness, to me, as a witness, not as a lawyer, because I do not know the standard to measure. And lawyer Elisha Angoya outperformed. And that's not the first time I've seen him. I saw him during the BBI question, and was it in the Court of Appeal? And I also saw him during the presidential case after the 2022 election. He's been there. He's a man who is very sharp. What is your own assessment on Mutuse? If you are a lawyer, what is your assessment as a lawyer based on what you learned? If you're not a lawyer, your own assessment, what happened there, the way he was being cross-examined, the way he answered the questions. If you ask me, the problem came about because some of those charges were not true. They were only meant to crucify Rigathi Gachagua.